you just went on 3HmongTV, right? That was on 3HmongTV,
Oh,
right?
yes.
And so we were just talking about this because
Oh, yeah.
you spoke English through the
Yes,
through the
and I
interview,
have
right?
so much.
And
Yes.
so you caught a lot of heat from the Hmong community or whoever was watching it,
Yeah.
Hmong community, of course, because you didn't speak Hmong through that. So tell us about that. Like, how does it feel to be the person on the other side of the interview who's talking? You're just being yourself. You're really not even. You're probably not even thinking about. I mean, maybe we're thinking about it because we all know that their judgment's coming.
Right.
So, but like, how does it feel to just have your own Hmong community sometimes to like they're so quick to bash about things like, oh my God, that person doesn't speak Hmong. Like it's almost like whatever we do, it never fits everybody's shoes, right? Like, how did it feel like to you? Because you're the one that was in the interview. You're the one that saw the comments about you. Right?
And it was definitely expected because
so you knew, right?
I knew already,
okay.
and I speak Hmonglish, right? And I'm not about to go there and not know how to say a word and just be like mess up the whole thing, because I know if I try to speak Hmong, I will get more nervous than taking a bashing later in the comments just because I don't speak Hmong. And one of the things I emphasize on is like, just because I didn't speak Hmong doesn't mean I don't understand, because it doesn't take away from my Hmongness, right? I still understand Hmong. I know how to read Hmong. I know how to write in Hmong. All of that. I just am not conversational in Hmong.
And that's a big platform too. That's a big platform. If I went on that platform too, you wouldn't catch me doing that. Like my Hmong is terrible. I grew up in France.
No. Here, no. In this time, this age, that's the reason to go. It's because just to get more interactions, more traction.
Yeah.
And just go there and speak English only.
Yeah, and I guess, and like I had a message, right? And it's like, okay, if the only thing that you want to bash on is that I'm not speaking Hmong, you're completely missing the message. And the message is, we all have mental health that we need to take care of. It doesn't mean you have mental illness. It just means that you have to, once in a while, just like you go get a physical, check in with your mental health, Like, where are you? You don't have to see a professional. You just have to check in with yourself. Where am I? Am I okay? Because as Hmong people, we don't talk about depression, anxiety, all these mental health illnesses that are so predominant in our culture, because our parents and our ancestors suffered war, right? We don't have a country. We are nomads that immigrated from Siberia to China and all over. And it's like, okay, that's a lot of trauma that is passed down through generations. And there's even science behind it where trauma gets passed down and mental illnesses get passed down, just as physical diseases can get passed down. And it's crazy. So I'm just like, there's a message, and
I absolutely love that message. Like, I'm in therapy now, partly because of this podcast. I think earlier on, like in our first couple episodes, we talked about it a lot. But like before moving on, I do want to put this message out too. Like, come on, if you're bashing on somebody doing their thing, trying to do something positive, you should probably seek help.
I mean,
you should probably see
I'll stand up for that,
like,
because
that's bullshit. Like,
because if you don't have the whereabouts to understand that our society is changing as Hmong people, like that's like you. Are you gonna bash on every Hmong child that's born in America 2 generations down? Because then I promise you they're not speaking Hmong. Yeah, exactly. I promise you they won't speak Hmong. So are you saying that 2 generations from now, 100% blood Hmong person is not Hmong enough because they don't speak Hmong? You can only say that because we're only 1 generation removed, or 1.5, 2.
Right.
But 3-4 generations, you can't discount it. Would it be better if that person could speak Hmong? Yes, it'd be better if I could speak Hmong too.
Yes, absolutely.
But hey, because we're all different.
It's not the reality.
I mean, I don't speak any Hmong at all. I don't speak any Hmong at all. But I just think, and that's the difficult part, right? Once you have a platform of some sort,
you open it up.
You're open to scrutiny from a lot of others, and I just want to say, I'll personally say it myself. Like I said, somebody might be listening, nobody might be listening. But hey, my Hmong people, step your game up and understand that not everybody, we don't all grow up the same. We don't all grow up in the same places. We don't. I never spoke Hmong with my parents one time, and I'm 35 years old, bro. I've never spoken Hmong to my parents one time.
And you grew up in France.
And it doesn't mean that I have less pride in being Hmong, man. It just means that I just grew up differently. but people are so quick to judge, and maybe it's the internet, and maybe we take too much weight on it.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that when you put those heavy words down, you're still putting critic down, and it
has
can't
some
hurt.
effect.
It has some effect.
Yeah,
it has some
absolutely.
Effect. So,
and the thing is, I try not to take anything personally, just because this is like a complete Buddhist stance on it. It's like I don't want to allow my ego to take away from the actual message. So, you know, I do respond compassionately. Like I do offer like, hey, if you want to learn more, yeah, we can have a one-on-one conversation where we can speak in Hmong, and so you can understand. I'm not going to speak perfectly, so I don't know how I'm going to explain mental health to you, but I can help find people that can help guide you if you do have genuine questions and you are curious about this, because what I'm out here to do is not to criticize you for criticizing me. Like that's completely not, we're missing the target at this point. I'm not gonna fight on the internet.
No, we're just fighting.
And
we're like, just fighting a fight.
And it's like, no, let's not do that. But I do offer and say, hey, one-on-one, we can speak in Hmong, and it's gonna be Hmonglish, but it's there, and maybe it'll help me improve.
No, but to be honest, when I went on the Hmong TV shows, because I went on 3HmongTV and all that shit too. Like, for real, like, I knew that if I spoke Hmong, it probably looked better, but I was like, hell no, I speak Hmong because my Hmong sucks.
So did you get the same flag too, or did you get a little flag?
No, I didn't get no, well...
Because you're a man, though,
Maybe,
it
could be like 6 in that way.
There's a segment of the internet population where they hate on
But I
women.
also, was always confident enough to know that, like, I really don't give a shit. Like, if you want to think that, then you're not a type of person that I want to associate with anyway. And that's just my stance, so that I feel comfortable with myself.